The last is the myopathic or the neuromuscular junction disorders. So not much related to the spine, the nervous system, but I told you it is the interface that is going to be affected. Most often this is going to be gradual onset. History of infection may be there in case of any neuromuscular junction disorders. Autoimmune diseases are very common and genetic conditions are very common here. Okay, yeah, most of them are progressively deteriorating and they are going to have a very poor prognosis. What are the classical findings there? Hypotonicity will be there, hyporeflexia will be there. Why hypotonicity, hyporeflexia? Because I told you for a good reflex to maintain, you need a good end organ, that is your muscle or the neuromuscular junction. Here both of them are affected, so the reflex arc is going to be distorted. So they will definitely have a hyporeflexia and hypotonia. Severe lack of muscle power will be there. So when I say severe lack of muscle power, you should be very cautious in giving your movements and repetitions of movements. You should not force too much of exercise to them. We can tell the other three group of people that more you exercise, more you will be fine. But here in the myopathies and neuromuscular junction disorders, know your limit, how much repetitions you have to do, because your muscle will become completely fatigued and it will lose its muscle fibers if you are going to work out too much on these patients. There will definitely be no sensory involvement. Muscle wasting and contractures will be too much compared to lower motor neuron lesions, because there some nerve fiber discharge can be there in case of neuropraxia or axonatomosis. But in case of a neurotomosis, there won't be any discharge to the muscle. But neurotomosis is very rare compared to axonatomosis and neuropraxia. But here, the neuromuscular junction disorders and the myopathies, the wasting is going to be more and it is going to be progressive. Okay, the patient will classically say that last year he was able to walk, sir, but this year he is becoming more weak and he is not able to get up also. He is simply standing and he is not walking. So that's sort of a history. Progressive weakness will be there. Restrictive lung disease can be there because of the muscle paralysis. Balance will be a major issue if the trunk and lower limbs are involved. But in case if muscular dystrophy of the dystonic type, where only the neck is affected, the balance may not be affected that much compared to the other, like your Duchenne's or Becker's muscular dystrophy. Gait abnormality will be there. Most probably the waddling gait is common here. And also neuromuscular junction disorders affects the most proximal muscles. So limb proximal muscles are affected, so gait abnormalities and functional deficits will be very progressive in nature. So with this we conclude this. We have classified. What we have done is, now we have seen all the basic anatomy and physiology and we have classified the neurological disorders.